Emmet Otter's Jugband Christmas has no right being as wholesome as it is, but it is. It originally premiered on the CBC in Canada in 1977, but then received subsequent syndicated airings on HBO the year afterwards and on ABC in 1980, and has been received as a minor classic. Now, the movie is somewhat obscure because it's a Jim Henson joint that's not related to the Muppets. Because Jim Henson and the Muppets are so beloved, a lot tends to fall by the wayside. However, this is one that shouldn't. It's genuinely it's genuinely really good, and it feels so good to watch it. Makes you warm and fuzzy inside. Didn't expect much from this, turned out to love it. It's based on the children's book of the same name, which is also an adaptation of sorts of The Gift of the Magi by O. Henry, and it tells the story of Emmet Otter, who forms a jug band to perform in his town's talent show to win a prize, not knowing that his mother has also entered the contest, and it's a three-way competition between the jug band, his mom, and the Nightmare Band. They're called the Woods. They're called the Nightmare Band. This movie's beautiful in a lot of ways. Like, this just has a great story. Emmett and his mom have such a beautiful relationship together. They struggle, but they're happy with each other, and they try to help each other. Like, they both enter the talent show for the right reasons. They don't do it to win the prize. They do it to win the prize for each other without them knowing it. And I love the spirit of that. And because this is a Jim Henson joint, there are songs which are great, and there's puppetry, which is also great. In my research, I found out that Jim Henson actually built legit sets for the first time for this special. He would actually say in an interview later on after the fact, I'll just read the quote to you here. Emmet Otter was the first time we had gotten into those kind of elaborate sets where we had floors in the interiors and we would take a wide-angle shot with characters coming up through the holes in the floor. Or we'd cut into the set and remove the floor and have the characters moving through space in waist shots. That was the most elaborate production we had gotten into at that point. And of course, being Jim Henson, all of the puppetry is just fantastic. He experimented with a few new techniques with this one called bunraku and another one called black theater, where there's also a ton of marionette work in there as well. Point is, you stop thinking that these are puppets at a certain point, which is the point of a movie such as this. And it's magic, and I love it. I love it to pieces. It's a bit of a shame that this movie doesn't get talked about more, because when you think of Jim Henson, you think of the Muppets, and that's it. And while I love the Muppets, I feel like this one should get talked about more. If you haven't watched it, please do so. It's free on YouTube, so go out of your way to find it and watch it. You won't be sorry.